guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to go over an article titled, "He Caught His Wife Cheating and Then Live Blogged Their Entire Confrontation." And guys, this article is written by a woman, and she is covering this story that happened, this story that was found on Reddit about this guy who definitely got revenge on his cheating wife. Now, here's the interesting thing. This article, which is covering this story about what this guy did, and in my opinion, it was certainly warranted. This is coming from a Australian website. It's a woman's website that covers things like lifestyle and relationships and that type of crap. And what's interesting is that even though this story that she's covering is about a guy getting even with his cheating wife, this particular writer, is obviously a woman, kind of twists things around and make the guy to be out kind of the bad guy here. The wife is cheating, lying, doing all these things behind the guy's back, and he obviously finds out about it, brokenhearted, all that. And he gets even with her, but they make him to be out to be the bad guy. Isn't that interesting? And from what I've been told and what I've read, Australia is definitely a country that's definitely succumbed to the dark side. You know, the feminist movement has definitely really impacted that country, from what I'm told. So when I connected the dots here, I'm not at all surprised that this guy is being made to be the bad guy in this particular storytelling, according to this female writer. But anyhow, guys, what he does here is pretty funny in terms of getting even with the ex-wife, and I thought it'd be a good one to cover for some entertainment, some laughs, and to show you that the sisterhood is always going to stick together no matter what, even if they're outright in the wrong here. So anyhow, starts off, he caught his wife cheating and decided to take revenge. If you caught your partner cheating, would you A, confront them immediately like a mature, normal human being? Notice the word she's choosing here. B, say nothing, pretend you didn't go snooping through their phone, let the guilt eat you for years. Or C, hire a private investigator and then live blog the entire excruciating experience for the whole internet to see. One Reddit user, depressingly called "My Life Sucks Now," believed the best course of action was C. So C, not C, but like she said, C. So you can see here how she's laying out, setting the stage to tell the story what happened. But you can see how she's writing this to make him out to be the bad guy, right? I mean, come on here. Look at her, say nothing and pretend you didn't go snooping through their phone. Well, this guy had a good reason to snoop through her phone. And confront them immediately like a mature, normal human being, right? No. She says, what he found was pretty horrifying. Think sausage pictures, sexy talk, and lots of mention of Zach's sack. My Life Sucks Now, that's the name of the Reddit user that told this story about what he did to his ex, has been married for 8 years to his wife, Jenny. They were that couple that could make you feel a bit sick. The couple that shared their Facebook, email, and phone passwords. That's your first problem right there. Well, okay, I do agree with that part. Sharing the same Facebook account and passwords and email and all that stuff. I mean, if you want to talk about being pee-whipped, right then that shows you. Perhaps there's part of the reason why the wife cheated on the guy, because he obviously was so whipped. Not that that's an excuse for her actions, but just pointing that when women lose respect for guys, that is it. Just letting you know that right now. He told Reddit that he checked his wife's phone while she was sleeping because his brother sent her a text. He says, I decided to open up the phone and reply something stupid and funny in order to embarrass Jenny. Trying to embarrass his wife, problem number 2. Again, she's trying to keep insulting the guy here. He says, I opened up the iMessage app and went to read their previous conversation to see what was happening so I could tell a relevant joke. Second to the top of the list of conversations was a chat with a guy or girl named Zach. I didn't know who Zach was, but the most recent thing he sent her was he's showing an emoji of some sort. I can't see it here, but obviously it's not good. He said, I was curious, so I put off replying to my brother and opened up Jenny and Zach's chat. What he found was pretty horrifying. Think sausage pics, sexy talk, and lots of mention of Zach's sack. So imagine that. This guy thinks everything's great in his marriage, everything's fine, we share the same Facebook together and email and passwords, and we're just that couple and everything's wonderful. Well, guess what? Secretly, his wife is having a fling with Zach. It dawns on him, he says, I realize my wife is cheating on me. It took a moment to realize that this was the end of our marriage. All of our happy times, our foreign trips, and our romantic nights must have meant nothing to her. At first, My Life Sucks Now decided to do nothing. He woke Jenny up, made her breakfast, and listened to the sound of her phone go off seven times while she was showering. Well, this guy handled it in his way, but quite frankly, if that was me, I would have confronted her like that. These revenge stories are hilarious, but being who I am, if I was in that situation, not that I would be, but if I was in that situation, it would have been a confrontation. I would have woken her ass up right up then and there in the middle of the night when he saw that. She says, cheat on husband might have been acting off, he decides, because Jenny changed her phone and password. Isn't that interesting? Later that day, he stole her phone again, and Jenny went out with friends, and he says, with friends in quotations, without it. He ponders whether to divorce her and decides to hire a private investigator and take his business to the next level. And now he's going to show what he began posting online in a blog post, this step-by-step update of her actions to basically make a complete ass out of her in revenge. So I'm just going to go through these different blog posts that he did. One was at 5:15 p.m. on January 16, 2015. The private investigator hired to tail her Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The next day, I'm not going to read through every single date here. I'm just going to say another date. It says, it took a while, but passwords to everything changed. Backed up personal information, created throwaway email to send proof to. So this guy, he's the plan is in motion here. The next day, she's at home. It really sucks speaking to her normally, but I'm dealing with it. No sex. Also, I found 3 excellent divorce lawyers for myself. Luckily, I make much more money than her, so I can afford an excellent lawyer, while she could only afford a mediocre one at best. Well, dude, unfortunately, because you make way more money than her, and especially depending on where you live, yeah, she may not be able to afford a great attorney on what she makes, but she could quite simply have, no doubt, taken out of eventually come back to you paying for it. Just want to point that out there. Now it gets into it. 8:54 p.m. on 1/16/2015. He says, God damn it, she's on her phone texting again in the bathroom. I can hear the send button being pressed over and over again. It's probably nudes and sexy talk. Jesus, this hurts. Again, this guy's posting these updates step by step to make a fool of his wife, but again, he's just letting it slide, not confronting her. Jenny had planned a weekend getaway with her sister-in-law, Carly. They leave the next morning, not realizing that a private investigator is following their car. He says, I took a moment to realize that this was the end of our marriage. All of our happy times, our foreign trips, and our romantic nights must have meant nothing to her. They visit a hotel. They go to a coffee shop. They meet up with a random man. And then it's confirmed Jenny and Carly are both having affairs. Oh, how nice. You know, birds of a feather flock together. And he says, sister-in-law. What does it say here? Sister-in-law. Is it her sister-in-law because it's like her brother's wife? Or is it this guy's sister? I'm guessing probably, a relation on her side of the family. Well, they're both hooking up, having affairs. How nice. At 3:27 p.m., this is where it gets more details. Zach and Jenny are relaxing on the front porch, just talking and holding hands. My PI is super far away. They can't see him, but he can see them. 4:04 p.m. They arrived at the hotel. Zach, Jenny, and a stranger are heading into the hotel. Carly is inside the hotel somewhere. So Zach, the affair partner, Jenny, his wife, and a stranger. So is this 2 dudes with his wife? 4:11 p.m. My private investigator followed them into the lobby. Jenny picked up a room key, and all 3 of them headed for the elevator. So are they all of them getting together for some fun at the same time? 4:16 p.m. Okay, so essentially all 4 of them are inside the hotel doing something, most likely hooking up. The thought of my wife having you-know-what with another man makes me want to puke, but I'm coping. Now, I'm wondering if he's doing this, aside from revenge and trying to keep it cool, having the private investigator document all these things to help him, obviously, in court. Again, this, depending on where he lives and what they can, and whether this will be admissible and used, I don't know. But nevertheless, he's getting some proof of this from a PI. The next day, Jenny and Zach are seen in a passionate, definitely a couple's embrace. My life sucks now waits for her to come home from her weekend girls trip and finally confronts her. After screaming, crying, lies, and anger, Jenny has come clean. Her final message ends on the most depressing note we've ever read. And it says here, this is from the guy, Jenny is using the bathroom. I'll quickly say that the next update that I post at my friend's house will be lengthy and not very good. It went more or less as expected. The lies I've been told in the last 2 hours, the lies. I have to get out of here. It isn't pleasant. A huge part of my life is falling apart around me. Yeah, so he obviously confronted her about all this. And by the way, I've documented all this in a blog post online that the whole world can see. And she denies it, which almost is always the situation. How many stories have you guys heard? The wife, the girlfriend is confronted and denies it, twists it around, or when she actually owns up to it, often will twist it around and say, it's your fault. It's your fault I cheated. You work too much. You're never home. You never told me you love me enough. So I had to go step outside the marriage instead of actually talking to you and trying to work it out like a mature adult, right? And this story ends again with the female writer trying to shame the guy. She says, well, kids, lesson 1 here. Don't cheat. Lesson 2, if you catch your wife cheating, maybe don't write the whole thing and don't post the whole thing to a public forum. Again, making the guy out to be the bad guy here. The wife's cheating. The wife's having an affair. Sounds like there's multiple people involved in this whole frisky business at the hotel. And yet the female writer here is making him to be out to be the bad guy. How people would handle this situation, that's everybody's thing. Again, if it was me, not that it would happen, but if it was, I'd confront the bitch right then and there. But in this particular case, this guy decided to hang back and just get even, hire a private investigator to get documented proof, pictures, all that stuff, and post it all online to humiliate her, a little payback. I think it's funny, but it's not what I do, but it's still funny. And yet, of course, this website and the writer who works at this website decided to take little jabs at the guy for making me the bad guy here, when actually she should have been taking more jabs at the wife for cheating on this guy. So, but as you guys know full well, the sisterhood, they stick together. So us guys got to stick together. But anyhow, guys, it's a quick one, but I thought you'd find that entertaining. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. Let me know, guys, would you have gone through a revenge process like this, or in a situation you would have just simply confront her right then and then? Even if it was in the middle of the night and she was half asleep, you would confront her right then and there with the phone and say, look right here, get the fuck out. Let me know what you think about that. And let me know what you would do. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.